And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're laughing about something in there. I don't know what they're laughing about. I just work here. I just push buttons, make sure they get on there.
How you doing, JP?
I'm all right.
You're all right.
All right.
I'm about to eat my breakfast. So.
How about if you want NASCAR Xfinity Series tickets for today's race, you still call JP right now, 704-435-2845. 704-435-2845 in Darlington today. All right, this is a list of schools with the most seasons finishing below 500 despite having multiple NBA draft picks on their team. So you understand what I'm saying? The School of Washington has had 7 seasons with multiple NBA draft picks on their team in which they finished below 500. California at 5, Georgia Tech 5, Georgia 4, Iowa State 4, LSU, and UCLA all with 4. That's an interesting how you can do that, right, Terry? Duke had a problem doing that with Zion Williamson, didn't
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they don't got a problem right now. They're in the Final Four. They got Houston and Auburn and Florida SEC championship on the other side of the bracket. So far, any comments from? Well, I'll do a little refereeing here with Terry. We'll see what he says on this one. Let's go the basketball referee, Terry.
That's an offensive foul. I know it wasn't called, but it was offensive foul.
From that angle, I think it is. It may be, but from
you
the
can't
other
push
angle,
off. See,
well,
you pushed completely off.
I know, Terry. I want to find the other angle. I'm gonna say it from a defensive point of view. From the backside angle or the side angle, the defender put his chest into him first. He wasn't that. You see, the what I'm saying is he chest bumped him.
I understand chest bumping.
What I'm saying is he blocked.
Extended your hand.
I know, but that's after the chest bump.
I don't mean nothing. You're able.
Tom,
I'm gonna let you touch him
which
a
foul
little
comes
bit.
first? Which one should get called?
The foul that's first.
If I bump you, Tom, and you travel, what should the call be? A block or a travel?
If you bump me, it's a foul.
Okay, that's all right.
If
So
I travel, then bump you,
this guy,
then it's a
the
walk.
defender bumped him, and then the guy pushed off. I claim it should be, if anything, a defensive foul. Once I find the actual, replay. But there's a big argument about it in the game, but I always come down to it. If you're arguing about one call, then
That don't mean the game.
right.
You're right. But to a lot of people, it does.
I'm gonna find the other views of it because, like I said, I thought it was a defensive blocking foul to be honest, and that I know that'll make the Indiana people really mad about that. Of course, I won't be able to find it as soon as I type something. It's like magic. If it happens more than a day ago, it disappears. Do y'all do that? Let's see, Purdue, Indiana foul. All right, Tom, who you betting on this one?
All right. Well,
What's the bet
after
saying?
Terry said Auburn's no good, the straight up bet, Kevin. All right, the straight up bet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Our listeners don't. You might want to bet the opposite because I haven't won a parlay in a while. But almost 6-1, Auburn and Houston both to win. $5 pays $34.50, Kevin. So that's not bad. And let's see what else. If you take the point spread, you get almost 3-1. You get 282, which is almost 3-1. $10 pays out $38.18. So what I'm hoping is I win both of those. So they straight up, but I also took the point spread, Auburn plus 2.5, which is kind of stupid to take 2.5 points in a basketball game. But Houston plus 4.5, that might make a difference. But if I was advising any of my fellow parlayers out there, I mean, it's pretty good odds, Kevin. You know, straight up paying 6-1. You know, if you got some money and you want to put a Franklin down on that, I think it's worth it. You know, I don't bet like because y'all make fun of the way I bet, but I do for fun. Like for mine, this is kind of like a little bit of
What the heck are you saying, Tom?
that if you're betting for fun versus betting to try to pay your bills, Terry, there's a difference.
Okay, all right.
There's a difference.
I'm just trying to make sure because you losing me over here.
Terry, if anybody loses anybody, anything you say loses immediately when you say it. Well, let's go ahead and say what you said off the air, that he said Auburn was no good. Can we talk about that for a little bit?
They are no good.
There he goes again.
Terry, that's a blocking foul.
There he goes again.
No.
That's a blocking foul.
Yeah, look at the feet are moving. The feet are moving.
He's going to a point over here. My guy's already there.
Watch it live, Tom, and tell me if it's a defender that chest bump his shoulder before the push off.
That's bang bang.
Oh, it's bang bang, but it's definitely not a charge.
Aesthetics. Okay, let me tell you, if I am that,
we're moving and I go flying to the ground. Come on.
The official on the official.
That's a flop if I've ever seen a flop.
So it was no call.
They didn't call no call. That's what I'd call. That's a flop. Don't flop. Play defense.
Okay, yeah. You know. That's a fair point. That skinny guy's not big enough to just throw you over there like Andre the Giant. You know. So he switches off. Yeah, he switched off.
You're talking basketball. Look, once his feet are beat, you're not in front of him anymore. He's already crossed his legs over. His feet are beat. You're done. You're out of position. 1-2 steps over. You've already made contact now, trying to get back into position, which you never got back into position. And then now you want the push off. Sorry, Indiana fans. It ain't it.
So
he
they
pushed
didn't
off.
call nothing.
No, they call anything.
It's Purdue,
There you
not
go.
Indiana. Don't say Indiana fans. You're insulting them. It's Purdue.
What did I? Purdue fans, sorry.
Purdue is in Indiana, but
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Any other? Oh, how about this, Mr. Gambler? How about Michigan State with a sneaky cover? 78% of the bets were on Michigan State.
-3.5.
-3.5, Tom. It is Michigan State
And Ole Miss.
up 5. Hit the computer.
Another one for Holloman.
Cuts it, makes it 6.
But it's effective.
Michigan State up 6 with how much time?
They just find a way.
4 seconds left.
Morrell
The
gets it
spread
in.
is 3.5. 78% have it on Michigan.
Morrell will fire at the horn.
Boom.
It goes down.
78% of the bettors just lost.
But that's not fixed, Kevin. That's just bad luck. He hit a half-court 3, Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin, it was a half-court shot.
It was not a half-court shot. It was NBA 3.
Kevin, go roll it back.
Morrell gets it
Okay.
in.
Okay.
I know exactly where he shot from.
This right here is luck.
I mean, he's at.
I mean, the
okay,
ball hits the back of the rim and it just lays there and falls in.
That can't be.
I mean,
that's
that's luck.
I'm going to show you a YouTube video on magnets in the basketballs.
And see there? Florida, 58% chance to win today over Auburn.
Terry, at any point in the last
But there it is.
couple of weeks, have we took any advice
There
that
you
you've
go.
said would have worked out well for us?
Mine was right last week. People asked me, they said, what do you think? And I said, Duke's length would stop Alabama, and it did. Alabama couldn't get a 3 shot.
They blew the doors off him, man. In the second half. I watched first half. I'll tell you what, that Cooper Flag's good, man. I'm telling you, he's good. And they got a couple other they got a couple others to go with him, but Flag kind of steals the show.
Well,
Alabama, the kid for Alabama that had 40 in the last game, I think had 2 points at halftime. So I was like, this ain't going well for them.
all right, then. Well, let's pick them. We've got 4:30 today. Like I said, KTC Broadcasting. Game starts at 6. Cover starts at 4:30. Florida and Auburn. $193 for the tickets in both of these in the Alamo Dome. Florida favored by 2.5 in this game.
Florida looks shaky. I watched that game. Gosh, who were they playing? Who did they beat to get there, Kevin? Who were they playing? I can't remember. But
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, that's right. It seemed like Texas Tech had that game on lockdown and just blew it. But there was one shot. I don't know. Did you see it, Terry? Did you watch that game?
Mm-hmm.
Where the Florida kid just dribbled out to the 3-point line, threw it up, didn't even look, and hit a 3 to take the lead. I'm like, okay. This is destiny.
Step back.
Right. He never even looked at the goal. He never even looked at it.
So be smart, Tom.
So in this game, I like Auburn because Florida I think is shaky. I do have Auburn in my parlay. Pretty good odds on Auburn straight up. Only a 2.5 point underdog, Terry.
Okay.
So I like Auburn in a very mild upset.
Well, I'm going to go with 58% of America who says Florida's going to win. So I'm going to take Florida.
Give me the Tigers. The Big Ten had received 40 bids in the last 5 tournaments. Only 4 reached the Elite 8. 4 big teams have reached the Elite 8 in the last 5 tournaments.
Well, the SEC was so dominant this year. I'll give them credit. I mean, they were good. They got 2 teams in the Final Four.
Yeah,
Right.
they'll have one in the championship.
Blue Devils and Houston. The Cougars Phi Slamma Jamma is back. Terry, what you got?
Oh, that's a no-brainer. Because that's all I've heard. This whole past week was Houston's defense. Okay, Duke plays defense too. Look what they did to Alabama, who scored 100 and some the game before. Matter of fact, they end up game before scored 113 against BYU. But when they had to play Duke, everything changed on account of the length of how Duke players are so much bigger than everybody else's players. And when you have length that stops stuff, especially threes, and for Houston, what you going to do, bang them around on the inside? I think Duke can play with you, and Duke wins this one easily by 20.
It's 4.5 is the spread, right?
Yeah, he agrees with 58% of America, but doesn't agree with Vegas. I like Duke to win this game, although Houston is in my parlay because the odds were so good. It's worth taking a chance on Houston. So I think that Houston will win the game. Duke will win the game. But if I'm playing a parlay and I'm not being real aggressive, I'm putting Houston straight up in there, man. I think it's like 3-1, maybe a little bit more. Man, that's generous. Houston's a good team.
Houston beat Arizona by 8. Duke beat them by 7. If you want to compare
Common opponents.
And very recent common opponents within 2 weeks of each other. Duke averages 83, Houston 74, Duke 49%, Houston 45, rebounds 38, 36, Duke 17, 12 assists, Duke blocks, Houston 4.5, Duke 3.5, steals more defense.
How can Houston keep Duke to less than 85?
If I would have told you, well, Duke averages 80 for Terry, I'll tell you what, I'll take that bet right now because Duke averages 84 and they're a good defensive team. Shouldn't they get less than that?
In the tournament, Duke has scored 93.
Yeah.
89, 100, and 85.
Take the over.
Yeah.
Now you say that, Terry, and Duke held Alabama to 50 points less in the game from previous time.
Yeah.
So you'd have never took that bet. So
I would have took the bet on them to stop them because I keep telling people when you play basketball, if my team is bigger, which every one of their players are, they're the biggest team in the college basketball, and your length of these guys is way bigger, your whole shot has to change. You can't take ordinary shots. A three-pointer has to change. It has to have more of an up tip to it to get it off.
It's called an arc, not an
Yeah,
up tip.
it is.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, I know what I'm saying. But
You were just criticizing me for being confusing. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm just saying, when that happens, your whole game, and people talk about what's going to happen here, Duke can play defense. So
Didn't say they couldn't. But Houston Cougars, Phi Slamma Jamma, baby.
Calvin agrees with Terry. Duke by 20.
there you go.
Listen, Tom. Calvin is the biggest pessimist when it comes to his team in the history. How many championships have they won?
I'm not wrong. See,
And he's worried about Duke
Calvin's
losing by
sitting
20
over.
over here.
Calvin's over there right now. He's almost a Duke
cares?
Blue Devil fan.
No, he's a Duke hate watcher.
Okay.
He's a Duke hate watcher.
Does he watch him?
He'll watch him pull for the other team.
My daughter was home last weekend. We were watching. I said, "Man, this Duke team's pretty good, man. They're pretty good."
All right. When we come back, we got more to talk about. We got NBA, NFL, baseball, and more. I got a bunch of fun stuff today too. We got Masters coming up, golf, but we're gonna let this is we do college. Is this shades of the Stanford band, Tom? Middle of the game. Granny.
That happens at West Lincoln.
Look, do you call it travel over? Tech or Grandma across the middle of the court, middle of the game. We'll be right back. KTC Broadcasting.com.
We have